Hello everyone, welcome to my gardening channel. Roses are not only an important role in gardens around the world, but also an important representative of the gardening world. They are favored by gardening enthusiasts for their gorgeous colors and varied flower shapes. From garden viewing to cut flowers, each type of rose has a unique charm. Different flower shapes not only determine their ornamental value, but also provide a wealth of choices for gardening design. Today, we will explore the main flower shapes of roses in depth. Through this video, we can more clearly understand the characteristics and application scenarios of various types of rose flower shapes. If you are planning your own garden, or simply want to learn more about roses, I hope this video can provide you with valuable information. Before starting the formal introduction of rose flower shapes, let's do a little knowledge popularization. Roses will show different flower shapes with different seasons, temperatures, and even different degrees of opening. Generally, it is more accurate for us to choose the flower shape with a medium degree of flower opening in spring as the standard for judgment. Well, without saying too much, let's start the introduction of rose flower shapes. First, let's take a look at the simplest rose flower type, single. Single roses are the simplest type of rose flower types, usually with only 5 to 8 petals, and the center of the flower is exposed, giving people a pure and natural beauty. They are relatively flat when open, and the whole looks like a wild flower blooming naturally. Single roses tend to have a longer flowering period, are cold-resistant and disease-resistant, and although the flower type is simple, many varieties are colorful and very suitable for natural-style gardens or large-scale planting. Representative varieties of single roses include Oh So Easy Cherry Pie, Mutabilis, and Eyes on Me, etc. Next is the semi-double type. There is no very unified definition of semi-double roses. It is generally believed that flowers with 6 to 24 petals are semi-double, 25 or more are double. And there is also a saying that flowers with 9 to 16 petals are semi-double. The stamens are usually visible between the petals. The flowers of this type of rose are fuller than single roses. And the flower shape has a little more layering, but they are not as tightly arranged as double roses, giving people a light and soft feeling. Semi-double roses look fresh and natural in the garden, suitable for flower beds, hedges, or potted decorations. Because the petals are not too dense, they tend to be more wind and rain resistant. And the flowers can better maintain their shape in bad weather. Representative varieties of semi-double roses include Rosa Mundi, Margaret Merrill, and Eyes for You, etc. If the number of petals in a single rose flower exceeds 20, we can consider the flower to be double. The double petal nature of a rose is a general concept based on perception, covering a wide range of rose types with full flowers, layers of petals, and rich three-dimensional effects. Next, let's learn about the various flower types of double roses one by one. Hybrid tea roses have distinct characteristics. Usually, the size of the outer petals of the flower does not change dramatically to the inner petals. The flower is large and beautiful. When the flower first opens, the outer petals are flattened and the inner petals are nested, forming a delicate and elegant towering center. As the flower opens, the outer petals gradually curl outward, and the flower shape is a high center curling edge, presenting an elegant goblet shape. This flower shape is suitable for cut flowers and is commonly seen in flower shops or wedding arrangements. The flower stems of hybrid tea roses are usually long and upright, which is very suitable for display, and most of them are one flower per branch, with a strong visual effect. Representative varieties of hybrid tea roses include Peace, Double Delight, and Blue Moon, etc. Next is the open cup rose. There is no strict limit on the number of petals of the open cup rose. The petals are not tightly stacked, but spread out in a natural and relaxed way, forming an open cup-shaped flower shape like a shallow saucer. This flower shape looks relatively wide and open, giving people a warm and welcoming feeling. The center of the flower is usually exposed or half hidden, and the cup-shaped petals surround the stamens, with a natural and elegant feeling, which is very suitable for creating a romantic garden atmosphere. Representative varieties of open cup roses include Sceptred Isle, New Dawn and the Lark Ascending, etc. The flower shape of the shallow cup rose is a slightly curved shallow cup shape, and the petals are slightly spread outward, forming a shallow cup structure. This flower shape is more compact than the open cup type, with neatly arranged petals and slightly exposed centers but not fully opened. The elegant flower shape and slightly subtle flower center display of the shallow cup rose make them delicate and unique. Representative varieties of shallow cup roses include Harlow Carr, Charles Darwin and Queen of Sweden, etc. Next is the deep cup rose. The petals of this type of rose gather inward and slightly spread outward, forming a deep cup-shaped structure. The flower is still three-dimensional when fully opened. Like a layered cake, this flower shape looks more compact, and the center of the flower is usually hidden deeper, giving people a rich and thick visual feeling. Representative varieties of deep cup roses include Benjamin Britten, Huntington Rose and Regis Markin, etc. The petals of incurved roses bend inwards, with a clear inward curling tendency. The flowers are tightly arranged to form a round and full sphere or bowl shape. The outer part of the petals is slightly spread out, while the inner petals are wrapped in the center, usually making the center of the flower completely hidden. This type of flower shape is also commonly known as the bun type. The whole flower looks like a fluffy bun, which is very cute. Representative varieties of incurved roses include Jude the Obscure, Royal Jubilee, and Garden Prinzessin Marie José, etc. The petals of recurved roses are curled outwards as a whole, giving people a sense of outward and openness, forming a very unique three-dimensional sense. In contrast to incurved roses, the petals of recurved roses gradually spread out from the center of the flower, and the ends of the petals are obviously bent outwards. Such flower shapes usually look more open, fluffy, full of vitality and dynamics. The appearance of recurved roses can appear unrestrained and soft, with both a sense of structure and a natural beauty. Representative varieties of recurved roses include Henri Delbard, Monique d'Arve and Misted, etc. The flowers of Pompon roses are small and compact, with layers of petals stacked up in a ball or pom-pom shape, giving people a sense of smallness, exquisiteness and cuteness. This type of rose often has a lot of petals, which are arranged closely, forming a pompon-like appearance. Their flowers are usually small, but there are many of them. They are often used as decorative flowers in garden landscapes, or used to make bouquets and flower arrangements. Representative varieties of pompon roses include Buff Beauty, Pompon Veranda and Pomponella, etc. The Rosette rose has a similar flower shape to a lotus, with petals spreading outward layer by layer, with wide outer petals and small inner petals, arranged evenly and closely, forming a symmetrical rosette shape. The petals are arranged symmetrically in a ring from the center to the outside, without a clear sense of division. The whole flower gives the impression that the petals are evenly and closely spread out to form a round flower ball. It usually has a large number of petals. with the middle petals arranged around the center, and the outer petals slightly expanding outward, presenting a round and full shape as a whole. This flower shape often has the beauty of a classical rose and is deeply loved by gardening enthusiasts. Representative varieties of rosette roses include Juliet, Abraham Darby, and Olivia Rose Austin, etc. The quartered rosette is a very unique and elegant flower type, commonly seen in some classic old-fashioned roses and modern English rose varieties. It is characterized by a complex structure of flowers, with petals arranged in 4 distinct sections in most varieties, extending outward from the center to form a symmetrical quartered rosette. However, the arrangement and number of petals vary slightly from variety to variety, and even in some varieties, the boundaries between the 4 sections may not be obvious. There is also the possibility of 3, 5, or even 6 sections. However, trisected rosettes, quinsected rosettes, and sextsected rosettes are not conventional professional terms, and we collectively refer to this flower type with a complex symmetrical structure in the center as a quartered rosette. This flower type makes the flower look very full and rich in layers, like an artistically carved flower. Due to its unique beauty, this flower type is particularly suitable for use in gardening displays and high-end floral design. Representative varieties of quartered rosette roses include Rose Shown Maid, Leonardo da Vinci, and Rose Moulin de la Galette, etc. The button-eye rose is a classic and very retro rose type, commonly seen in some old-fashioned roses and English rose varieties. The characteristic of this type of rosé is that the petals are layered outward, and the petals in the central part are short or too closely arranged, and they do not fully unfold, but form a tiny and tight round cluster. This clustered structure is called a button-eye, which looks like a small round button. This type of rose has a retro beauty and a unique visual appeal, especially in the center, with a delicate sense of layering. Usually the roses of this type of rose are medium in size and are not particularly large. Representative varieties of button-eye roses include Emily Bronte, Sister Elizabeth, and Miranda Rose, etc. The above is a summary of the various flower shapes of roses. Whether you like the simple single type, the cute bun type, or the retro rosette type, the diversity of roses can always meet your aesthetic needs. Each flower shape has its own unique charm. Whether it is for viewing or decoration, they are all excellent choices in the garden. I hope today's introduction can help you have more inspiration when choosing roses. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and forward. See you next time.